alone. I beg of you, truly. That's my only request. Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else, please.
That's Hailey Bieber, unfiltered, vulnerable, and on the verge of completely falling apart. But what finally dragged her to this point after keeping quiet while celebrities took shots?
I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please.
And fans endlessly theorized. It looks like the pressure is finally breaking her down under the glare of the spotlight. This isn't just another internet meltdown. This is Hailey begging for mercy while the entire world watches her crumble. The cracks have been there for a while, but now, they're impossible to unsee. So how did everything spiral this far out of control? Let's rewind the chaos and spill the piping hot tea. Hailey Bieber's breakdown didn't hit overnight. It's been slowly boiling under years of scandals and nonstop obsession. This whole saga has exploded into one giant, can't-look-away viral moment that's taken over every screen. Even if you tried to log off, the internet basically turned into a 24/7 Hailey drag fest. And we're about to unpack exactly how it got this messy. The root of this saga didn't start with just one problem. It's been layer after layer of controversies piling up since day one. The central tea all boils down to the infamous timeline drama around her 2018 wedding to Justin Bieber, when Justin literally went from Selena to Hailey in what felt like warp speed. That whiplash-level transition launched a non-stop conspiracy theory storm that never let up. The whole, "Wait, how did this happen so fast?" vibe went viral instantly. And for millions of loyal Jelena fans, the math simply wasn't mathing. Timeline theories became everyone's favorite internet rabbit hole, with fans pulling out archived tweets and blurry screenshots like it was CSI Stan Edition. Even though Hailey stuck to her version of the story, saying in a 2022 Call, Her Daddy podcast, "I was never with him when he was with anybody." The comments section simply did not believe her. The engagement and wedding came so out of nowhere, Selenators were literally making PowerPoint decks to prove their theory that Justin never emotionally left Selena before proposing to Hailey. Have you guys ever spoken? Yes. Like recently. Not recently, but after your marriage? Yes. That's why I'm like, it's all respect. It's all love. Hailey said it with confidence, but the internet, it wasn't buying it. Things went nuclear in 2024 when YouTube documentaries and TikTok started dropping like investigative exposés, practically doxing Hailey's entire past. Content creators unleashed receipts claiming fan pages tracked Justin's locations, and Hailey allegedly used her connections to, coincidentally, meet up with him. The theory that she trapped Justin into marriage blew up, spawning an entire genre of hate content. These exposed compilations racked up millions of views, with commentary channels turning her alleged stalker timeline into full-blown mini docuseries. And what's truly wild is how the fan fiction slowly evolved into what looked like full-on investigative journalism. TikTok detectives started posting hour-long breakdowns, linking old deleted tweets from when Hailey was 15, connecting dots that may or may not have even existed. By 2025, Hailey's PR team was reportedly in full-on panic mode, even exploring legal action to fight what they called entirely made-up narratives. But the internet doesn't wait for court rulings, and the damage had already gone viral in 87 countries. Things officially spiraled into full-on chaos when accusations of racism and mean girl energy from Hailey's digital history started flooding timelines. Old tweets from her teenage years, allegedly featuring problematic language, went viral overnight. Even though most of the screenshots were sketchy and totally unverified, the internet basically turned them into a full-blown evidence reel, claiming she's been on her villain arc since day one. Hospitality workers came forward with stories, and self-proclaimed social media analysts began dissecting her posts like clues from a crime scene, pointing out every blink, like, or emoji as possible shade at Selena. The digging didn't stop there. TikTokers started entire exposé series based on Hailey's childhood crew, complete with throwback photos, unconfirmed group chats from 2011, and wild stories about her supposed high school mean girl days. The authenticity? Suspicious at best. But that didn't stop internet detectives from going full CSI Baldwin edition. They were literally analyzing yearbook signatures like they held the secrets of her dark past. What started as messy gossip turned into something that looked more like a viral criminal investigation. The Hailey Bieber Exposed compilations were racking up millions of views, sandwiched between true crime and murder mystery playlists. But the scariest part, how coordinated this hate wave became. Social media platforms basically weaponized the drama. TikTok's For You page and Instagram's Explore tab were serving non-stop rage bait, turning every blink of Hailey's into a headline. Machine learning figured out one thing fast: Hailey hate equals engagement. The algorithm started pushing more and more aggressive content, feeding into the cycle until it couldn't be escaped. People were literally reporting that even after blocking hashtags and muting her name, the apps kept showing them fresh drama, like the algorithm was addicted to the outrage. The peak came during the now iconic Eyebrowgate saga in early 2023. Hailey lost nearly 1 million Instagram followers live. The internet was fully convinced that she and Kylie Jenner were taking subtle jabs at Selena's beauty routine, and they were not having it. Stan accounts began live tracking her follower count in real time, turning it into a full-blown spectacle. Think election night coverage, but with unfollows. The dramatic music, the countdowns, the gasps every time her number dropped. It became its own genre of content. And while everyone involved insisted that's not the vibe, the damage to Hailey's reputation was done. Things hit a new level in early 2025 when TikTok creator Courtney Presto went live with claims that Hailey had liked a post brutally mocking Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Within hours, it was trending #1 worldwide. Hailey's team dropped a vague non-statement, but the internet was already halfway through the next theory. This scandal tapped into the long-standing narrative that Hailey was low-key obsessed with Selena's glow-up, a theory that lives rent-free in the collective mind of Stan Twitter. The alleged like became its own mini-soap opera. Tutorials popped up teaching fans how to fake screenshots, while tech creators explained how third-party apps could generate fake engagement. It turned into a crash course in digital forensics. The spiral got so intense that Instagram had to step in with an official statement about account security. But by then, the discourse had already exploded. And while everyone else was busy debating receipts, Hailey finally reached her limit and decided to speak up. 2025 marked the first time Hailey acknowledged, in real life, just how deep the parasocial hate had cut into her mental health. Insiders close to her spilled that the non-stop digital abuse, combined with the exhausting reality of new motherhood to baby Jack Blues, born August 2024, pushed her straight to the edge. And honestly, no one's surprised. Trying to serve perfect mom vibes while simultaneously being crowned the internet's #1 villain is the kind of pressure cooker that breaks even the strongest. What makes this whole saga completely unhinged is how every single narrative about her got tangled into one giant tornado of cancel culture. The Selena feud, the cultural appropriation scandals, remember brownie glazed lips? The restaurant worker accusations, and the constant speculation that she's manipulating Justin? It's all just different branches of the same chaos tree. Every scandal fed the next, creating a perfect storm of content that creators couldn't resist, but one that Hailey could barely survive. Even when she did something normal or positive, it got flipped into a fresh conspiracy. Take the cultural appropriation discourse. What started as a small critique turned into full-on dissertation-level content. Beauty historians stepped in to explain how old-school Latina and Black aesthetics were being renamed by white influencers. Hailey's lip gloss moment? It got buried in a tidal wave of academic essays and beauty school curriculum. And then there were the service industry exposés. Workers from every corner of the country jumped in, sharing every brush with Hailey. Some stories were just awkward, others borderline hostile. Even though the claims lacked consistency, commentary channels turned them into Yelp reviews for celebrities. Hailey got her own digital rating scale. But the most twisted chapter? The so-called manipulation narrative about her relationship with Justin. TikTok turned into a playground for armchair therapists and fake relationship coaches. People were making hour-long deep dives based on paparazzi shots, analyzing her hand placement or where she stood in a photo to determine if she was blocking his exit. Like, we're talking full-on FBI behavior. It became so normalized that creators were literally teaching red flag spotting techniques using their marriage as the case study. And just when it couldn't get worse, Hollywood joined the pile on. Quietly, but undeniably. Big names started ghosting her. Influencers stopped tagging her. The entertainment industry gave her the silent treatment. Invites mysteriously lost. PR reps suddenly double-booked. Fashion Week? She went. From front-row glam to second-row purgatory, aka the seat usually reserved for interns and nobodies. Fashion insiders noticed the pattern but played dumb, citing logistics. And then came the Swiftie army. The nuclear button got pushed when a 2023 clip resurfaced of Hailey literally gagging at the sound of Taylor Swift's name. Selena jumped in to defend her bestie with the now iconic, "So sorry, my best friend is and continues to be one of the best in the game." That line basically declared war. Swifties swarmed. They turned Hailey's entire online presence into a lyric war zone. Every post, a Taylor reference. Every comment, a diss line from "Look What You Made Me Do." The fanbase got so sophisticated, they started crafting fanfiction casting Hailey as the villain in Taylor's discography. Critics even began dissecting new Taylor lyrics for possible digs, turning album drops into digital battlegrounds. And Swifties didn't stop there. They mobilized charity drives in Selena's name just to throw shade at Hailey, posting receipts for mental health donations with captions like, "For victims of eyebrow drama." It was part shade, part social justice, full chaos. Then they went even deeper, comparing Hailey's own charitable donations, creating monthly scoreboards and stats sheets like it was sports season. But the final collapse? It happened when Hailey finally broke. Her raw, tear-filled TikTok was meant to be her truth. She said, "I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone. I beg of you. Truly, that's my only request. Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else, please." This moment was supposed to show vulnerability, but the internet had other plans. The phrase, "be miserable somewhere else, please," got hijacked instantly. It became a meme, a soundbite, a copy pasta. Creators added sad violins. Some dropped the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. People started lip-syncing it to their breakup videos. Even pet owners used it in videos about their grumpy cats. Hailey's real breakdown got repackaged as content gold. Reaction channels, body language experts, vocal coaches, everyone dissected the clip frame by frame. Was she faking it? Was it genuine? Were the editing cuts manipulative? Entire TikTok. Universities were born overnight, offering free crash courses in Hailey Bieber Breakdown Analysis 101. What the world didn't see was how badly this shattered her personal life. Sources said Justin was barely functioning, posting cryptic IG stories about imposter syndrome and dropping vague aesthetic pics that sent fans spiraling into therapist mode. The diagnosis was unanimous: marriage trouble. And the alleged culprit? The internet's relentless obsession. Justin's every move online became its own genre of gossip. Every cryptic poetry post, immediately dissected for signs of emotional collapse, His Spotify recently played, full of sad boy ballads and breakup anthems, triggering full-blown Twitter threads theorizing his love life. Even his liked tweets got archived in real time with fans screenshotting everything before he could unlike a shady take. Music journalists literally began writing op-eds breaking down his playlist choices like political manifestos, debating whether his taste in moody synth pop was a cry for help or just a Tuesday. The "Justin is sending distress signals" narrative, or exploded. TikTok wellness influencers launched campaigns called Check on Justin. Fan pages organized virtual prayer circles during tour stops, complete with live streams of fans holding signs like, "We see you, Justin. Blink twice if you're trapped." The concern hit performative peak levels when content creators began dropping video essays titled "Signs Justin Bieber Needs Intervention," even while monetizing every single theory. And behind the scenes, Hailey was allegedly done. Sources claimed she'd contacted powerhouse attorney Lisa Moore, the same lawyer who helped Cardi B secure her defamation win, to explore suing content creators for what she saw as flat-out fabricated harassment. But the internet wasn't having it. Her attempt at legal boundaries got instantly reframed as censorship. Ratio after ratio. Haters accused her of trying to silence legit criticism, spinning her defense into a fresh offense. The leaked legal discussions became viral courtroom LARPing. Law school TikToks turned her situation into syllabus content. Debates raged. Is suing creators justified or a threat to free speech? Legal YouTubers saw record-breaking engagement while walking. Viewers threw defamation law using Hailey as the test case. The situation became such an educational moment that even professors weighed in, creating new coursework titled Celebrities and the Constitution. But perhaps the most gutting twist? The deafening silence from the industry. Normally, celebrities band together during public breakdowns. Not this time. Hailey got the Taylor Swift blank space treatment. Total emotional ghosting. And the reason? The Jelena fandom. Still alive, still unhinged, and wielding BTS Army-level influence. Their loyalty to Selena kept even top-tier A-listers from associating with Hailey. Red carpet photographers started accidentally leaving her off best-dressed lists, even when she looked flawless. Fashion bloggers dragged her with phrases like "trying too hard" and "overthought the assignment," coded language that had previously earned praise when worn by others. The shade was subtle, but the double standard was deafening. And when Hailey opened up about anxiety and PTSD, sharing her therapy journey with followers, the internet weaponized it instantly. Her vulnerability became fuel for think piece culture. Was it a PR move? A genuine cry for help? TikTok therapists couldn't agree. The backlash had layers. Some said she was trauma dumping, others called her manipulative. Even mental health creators got caught in the crossfire, talking about her. Risks amplifying hate, ignoring her felt like complicity. It sparked a whole new meta-discussion. Should public breakdowns be monetized? Can emotional transparency survive internet culture? The discourse spiraled again when Selena stepped in. Yes, again. In March 2023, she took to Instagram to calm the firestorm, posting, "Hailey Bieber reached out to me and let me know she has been receiving death threats and such hateful negativity. This isn't what I stand for." It was a grown, mature attempt to stop the bleeding. And for about 48 hours, it worked. Fans logged off their burner hate accounts. Comment sections cooled. But peace was short-lived. The cycle restarted, just more evolved. Stan accounts quietly rebranded. Hate creators changed their usernames to more neutral drama commentary titles. The pause wasn't healing. It was reloading. Fan accounts even tracked hate comment volume, reporting a 60% drop in the days after Selena's post, before hate returned to its baseline, business-as-usual chaos. Psychology departments took note. Universities launched research, studies with titles like When Idols Can't Control Their Army and the Limits of Parasocial Intervention. They used Hailey and Selena as proof that fan obsessions have a life of their own. Even the objects of worship can't stop the machine. By April 2025, the vibes were officially cursed. Hailey was spotted crying over Justin's chaotic Coachella breakdown, where he was literally spiraling on stage, shirt half open, smoking mid-set. The clip went nuclear. Captions read, "When you realize you might be the villain in someone else's story." Fans tracked his every step across the festival like a live-action docuseries, building full-on emotional timelines out of his movement patterns and facial expressions. The smoking video became a visual essay. Some called it raw vulnerability. Others labeled it a PR disaster. Think pieces dropped fast, analyzing masculinity, fame, burnout, and whether Justin was having a Kanye 2.0 moment. Music journalists added his set to the growing list of festival breakdown canon. And while all of this unfolded, Hailey was supposed to be entering her slay era. Career popping, deals dropping, fashion world in her pocket. Instead, her big moment became the ultimate meltdown backdrop. It was like prestige TV. Woman rises just as the world collapses around her. The dramatic tension, off the charts. The internet couldn't look away. Whether to root for her redemption arc or brace. For a complete public collapse had become the internet's favorite sport. The triggering event? The Daily Front Row's Fashion Awards on April 24, 2025. Hailey was supposed to be the main character, Beauty Innovator of the Year, crowned queen of the clean girl empire with her billion-dollar brand, Rhode. But instead of her slay era, the night devolved into another viral battlefield. Within minutes of her acceptance speech, Twitter detectives pulled up side-by-sides comparing her remarks to Selena's past award speeches. The internet didn't just clock similarities. They called it straight-up spiritual plagiarism. The event itself became a pressure cooker. Camera operators frantically framed shots to capture the glam without triggering discourse. Producers had emergency ad breaks queued up in case chaos broke out mid-telecast. Every angle was a risk. A single expression could be screenshotted, memed, misinterpreted, and then Hailey delivered her now infamous line, "This isn't about me and Selena Gomez. It's about the hate that comes from twisted narratives." Cue the collective internet eye roll. That one line detonated online. Conspiracy TikToks exploded with overlays, claiming her cadence, her tone, even her hand gestures were lifted from Selena. AI analysis bots were literally deployed to compare speech patterns. Linguistics. Grad students suddenly had thesis topics. The allegations escalated from petty shade to full scientific-style callouts. It was no longer opinion. It was data-driven dragging. The split was instantaneous. Entertainment Tonight praised her composure. TMZ went in for the kill with slow-mo reaction shots of other attendees looking allegedly tense. Fashion blogs tried neutrality but couldn't resist juicy SEO. The bias was subtle but obvious. Media literacy accounts made whole lessons out of it, how editorial choices shape public narrative. But the fallout? Way beyond PR damage. Within 48 hours, reports surfaced about Hailey battling 2 ovarian cysts, with sources linking the flare-up to extreme stress. The response? A total schism. Some fans rallied in concern. Others accused her of weaponizing illness to distract from bad press. The discourse pivoted to women's health. OB/GYN creators took the moment to educate about cysts and stress-related. Exacerbation. But wellness influencers? Some got dragged for using her diagnosis as clout bait. Top 5 things that trigger ovarian cysts, featuring Hailey Bieber's timeline. It got dark fast. Timeline sleuths flooded TikTok with receipts, analyzing red carpet footage in hindsight to spot symptoms she clearly had all along. Medical professionals entered the chat trying to bring nuance, but the damage was already viral. Her body had become public content. Her health? A trending hashtag. Then came the aesthetic sadcore era. Hailey started posting hyper-curated melancholic content, black and white selfies with tear-streaked cheeks, captions about finding light through darkness. It was supposed to be cathartic. Instead, meme central. TikToks went viral with captions like POV. When you're not the main character anymore, the memeification was ruthless. Sound designers made entire sad girl soundtracks sampling audio from her posts. Graphic designers deconstructed her grief into glitchcore art. Makeup artists posted tutorials called Hailey Crying Core. The commodification of her distress became an aesthetic genre, academia noticed. Media studies departments began breaking down her content as performance art, analyzing how the algorithm rewards some people for vulnerability while punishing others. Charts circulated showing how her sad posts got suppressed while hate content soared, proving what everyone already felt. The platforms were feeding the hate machine, and the professional consequences. Brutal. Insiders leaked that she'd ghosted high-level deals, a rumored Netflix docuseries about her girlboss rise, and a fashion collab that would have changed her bag forever. Her silence wasn't mystery, it was survival. Sources claimed she was so stressed she couldn't leave her house without glam squads and private security. Brands got cold feet. Emails leaked. Contracts were either pulled or rewritten with strict clauses regulating social media conduct. Fashion houses coined the term the Hailey Clause, a new industry standard for measuring brand risk. PR agencies began creating risk matrices for every public figure, scoring them on meme potential, cancellation likelihood, and discourse volatility. Hailey wasn't just navigating a scandal. She had become the blueprint for how bad things could get in the influencer to entrepreneur pipeline. Influencer partnerships were suddenly at risk, collateral damage in a fan war spiraling out of control. Rhode Beauty's corporate relationships weren't spared. Sephora reportedly activated emergency PR protocols embedded in their influencer contracts. Retail analysts tracked dips and spikes in product sales in real time, mapping them to drama cycles on TikTok. What was once anecdotal became data. Celebrity cancel culture now had quantifiable business impact, with Hailey's saga cited in investor briefings as a cautionary tale. Then came the plot twist. Some celebs finally broke their silence. Sexy. Red went live, defending both Justin and Hailey, sharing receipts from her birthday bash and telling the internet to literally touch grass. It was raw, unfiltered solidarity, but even that got buried under the algorithm's hate amplification. Her live became background noise compared to the tidal wave of targeted content that dominated everyone's For You page. Her defense revealed the generational cracks in celebrity culture. Younger artists were exhausted, done with long-form internet hate. Meanwhile, the old guard kept their mouths shut, calculating risk. But even the support wasn't safe. Fans accused celebrities of clout chasing, claiming the defense wasn't authentic but opportunistic branding. The industry adapted by going cryptic. Some celebs liked tweets as signals. Others followed Hailey-adjacent accounts in what fans called Hollywood Morse code. Fashion designers began casually featuring Rhode products in backstage reels. Support without saying a word. The entertainment industry had built a secret support system, navigating hate without sparking backlash. But things hit a new level when Hailey's team went full legal mode. Cease and desist letters started dropping into drama channels' inboxes. What began as passive, unbothered queen behavior shifted to full litigation energy. The result? Chaos. Drama channels doubled output, uploading as much content as possible before strikes hit. Hate creators entered their final boss era, using euphemisms and layered code to dodge legal wording. Commentary became a puzzle, each phrase calibrated to avoid triggering lawsuits. Legal YouTubers live-analyzed every cease and desist, offering expert commentary, like they were sports broadcasters covering the influencer apocalypse. The drama split the creator ecosystem. Some respected the legal warning. Others performed dramatic readings of the letters on live streams, milking every line for content. Some pivoted to legal analysis, branding themselves as digital journalists protected by fair use. The result was a cat-and-mouse spectacle, a whole new era of influencer law where legal threats and monetized hate danced in public. But the cultural weight of the moment? Unmatched. Hailey's collapse had become the blueprint for what happens when parasocial obsession becomes psychological warfare. The love triangle that fueled fan fiction had devolved into organized digital cruelty. Commentary creators launched whole series unpacking platform responsibility. Digital anthropologists embedded in fan spaces to document hate in real time, creating archives for future researchers. The case study potential exploded across academia. Psychology departments examined mob behavior, marketing courses taught brand management using the road fallout, ethics professors debated platform complicity. Of May 2025, Hailey exists in a constant state of crisis management. Sources say she's still posting, still pushing road, still appearing alongside Justin, but the energy has shifted. The effortless confidence is gone, replaced by highly filtered glimpses and tightly controlled appearances. Survival mode. Her breakdown isn't just a story. It's a literal case study in digital culture classes. The internet watched as a real person became a cautionary tale. Her collapse prompted PR firms to design Hailey protocols, strategies specifically built to guard celebrities from coordinated harassment. Influencer managers now run simulations on hate storms. And the bigger question, what now? Will this be the moment that forces platforms to protect public figures? Or just another content cycle destined to fade until the next celebrity breaks down online? Because the resolution of her story could literally change everything. How we talk about fame, how platforms function, how vulnerability is consumed as content. If you liked this video and want more deep dives into unhinged celebrity drama, tap the suggested cards on screen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your next parasocial spiral.